So welcome back, guys, for the last match of our night, and we have come through the vaults to give you this one. So there was a series back in the quarantine tournament in the gold diamond bracket that we weren't able to feature properly. So we went into the series while it was going on, so we hopped into game number 2. It was a pretty good time on Everdream, and then on to game number 3, I had some really major issues wherein I couldn't really load those maps. So we had to watch through Extinct's perspective. It was really ugly. I fixed it in post, so if you guys check the replays out in the YouTube itself, well, you are gonna see a version of it better, but it does have a little bit of caster desync till the tail end due to the fact of the laggy nature of that stream. So now, I've looked back. I've asked for this game specifically. It's in the replay pack. You can use the command down below, SCPH Replay Packs, or you can just find it on the stream if you're watching this on YouTube. And well, I'll put it in the description actually. I'll put this replay pack on this description. And well, this is game number 1 of that series. We weren't able to cast this, we weren't able to broadcast this live, but we are gonna get into it just to round things up for the night. And also, it should be releasing a day before quarantine number 2, so you guys either join that or check that one out the next day. Anyway though, introducing our players here on the top right, it is gonna be the red Protoss of Vindicated, aka catx. And his opponents on the bottom left this time of Eternal Empire, it is the blue Terran of JRCP. I'm happy to report that we are going to be able to do this match, and here comes the Reaper Proxy Barracks to start things off here for JRCP. Going to be an interesting way to go about things, and in the meantime, Vindicated playing a very defensive stance. We've seen this before here from catx. He likes making a wall of buildings onto his main base. He doesn't like to force out walls, which he can do here on Eternal Empire, but he likes the space, he likes the freedom, and he doesn't want to deal with his units getting clustered in against a Terran, especially siege tanks, especially against Marines, and all of that range damage from the human race. In the meantime though, Orbicum now being built here by JRCP. Reapers gonna be coming online not just once but twice, and this might be a potential Reaper rush courtesy of JRCP, because this Proxy Barracks will keep on with the fold, will keep on with the pressure. A lot of Reapers right now trying to get in behind, but the Stalker gonna meet them in pitch combat already. For JRCP, he cannot take this Stalker head on. He needs to be sneaky, he needs to be cheeky, and he needs to be able to find openings all the way onto that middle line. Anyway, those still Reapers coming online, and here comes JRCP yet again. Does catx knows that this is coming? Yes, he does, but the pistols are singing one more time. JRCP though, hoping for the brawl, but the shields just brushing off all that damage. Second Stalker already built here by catx. And in the meantime, JRCP with these 4 Reapers that don't really know what they're gonna be doing into this one. In the meantime though, Tech Dive now being set on up, as well as our Starport 111, pretty standard here and now for JRCP to get all of that tech tree unlocked. In the meantime, Warp Gate here and now for Vindicated, and we'll see how catx is going to survive as the second base is going to be looking to come up and running. With the Reapers for JRCP, catx might have a tough time, especially if his middle line gets harassed, but it seems like JRCP was planning to do something other than that natural, bringing 2 SCVs in to no avail. Anyway though, it's time to go for a command center yet again on that main base, bringing it over potentially to that natural, but in behind all of this, it's gonna be JRCP being as pesky as can be. Onto the middle line he goes, as he forced those Stalkers to go somewhere else, and that is the problem against this Mass Reaper. Basically, with a natural in check, you're gonna need your army to protect everything. Eventually though, JRCP taking way too long, and he loses 3 of those Reapers pretty handily. Highly unfortunate. This makes this Reaper opening basically such a weak hand right now, with only 3 of them into the field. And sure, you can get a pick off onto a probe or 2, but when the army does come, that is going to be goodbye and good night. Feels like JRCP did not expect how the building placement goes on, and I'm not sure. I don't think he can actually fit on through here onto the right hand side. Maybe we'll see a probe slip on by later. It's a little bit of a pixel there and then, but in the meantime, here we go with Cloak as well as a Raven. Okay. So, usually when you get Cloak on your tech lab for the Banshee, you have a Banshee queued up, so as soon as it comes out, it can get a little more energy before the action really begins. Marine though will go online factory, gonna be here as well with the reactor. Very late for any Hellions, but Widow Mine is gonna be a good way to defend any kind of natural that looks to come online. Solo here for Vindicated. He has a pretty hefty Stalker force already, looking like to be the Sentry Immortal Stalker composition. Very, very well balanced in many, many regards. In the meantime though, here and now for JRCP, sending that barracks back. Usually when you have a proxy, you just decide, hey, I can use this for scouting, I can be pesky with this, and if you're feeling very, very cheeky, land it down onto your opponent's base. But hey, the Robe gonna coming online, the Forge is gonna be next on the list as well. And Vindicated looking to focus on a very ground-based composition. How will JRCP respond, as he is trying to go for that Banshee and for the Raven earlier on? What does Vindicated know exactly on JRCP's side? Seems like he's a little bit aware of the tech lab going for the upgrade. Probably expecting something to come his way, but he's not really expecting it. No exploding cannons whatsoever. JRCP in the meantime, very pesky with the Raven. And here comes the auto turret placement. Sadly, no secret missile means you can't really get a kill onto the probes with that. It's the anti-armor instead, a beautiful debuff. So right here, right now, auto turret tossed on down to just be a pest in the first place. In response though, Vindicated not going to be building a floating cannon. It's time for the shield battery instead. Since the auto turret doesn't have too much DPS, it's going to be a good way to mitigate the damage that's being done. Still though, it's 1, 2, 3 shots and you're out. The auto turret really packing a punch against workers in the first place. Shield play though going to be very, very important. And in the meantime, here on Eternal Empire, you can really see the abuse of the turret in the first place. Starports allows you to make these units so peskily onto the sides of the map. In the meantime, when you go for the siege tanks, you can really use those canyons, really use those alleyways, those funnels to get that vision advantage. Still those shots keeping on thumbing. JRCP will be backing on out after a few good hits onto the natural base. Observer though, looking to be built as well to make sure that he can keep tabs of anything coming his way. And in the meantime, oh my god, it really is just going to be a full commit. Banshee speed coming our way as well. JRCP loving these flyers, looking to just rain on down missiles on the ground. Still though, I feel like Vindicated having a better composition overall. He's going for the Colossus as well, expecting a bio approach here from JRCP. And he is doing exactly that. Tech Lab, Reactor, more on Marines right here, right now, but JRCP is a supply block. He's gonna need to make sure that he can get action into that one. Orbital Commands, having a lot of energy as well, can use that at any time for some more mules, or if need be, call down that supply or that scan. Anyway though, here comes the main base now, getting exposed. This will allow JRCP to realize that the Robo Bay is into play. Does he notice that the Colossus is going to be there? Seems like it's not the case. Siege tank in the meantime being built from our factory. Vindicated, getting some pretty vital information overall. 3 bases right here right now. Vindicate trying to go for the third. In the meantime, the Raven's still being pesky, but already a full cannon set on up here by Mr. catx. In the meantime though, more and more Banshees into play. Can go for the cloak, but the Observer is just going to be there. Banshees, a pretty good anti-ground units, but all these cheeky antics really fall flat in your face as soon as detection comes. From my personal perspective, you know, battlecruisers can do a little more harassment and be more tanky, but I do understand what the Banshees can do. They're so strong at really going for the burst damage in the first place. They are very, very surprising with the cloak, and if used at the right time, at the right place, and the right moment, well, your opponent won't really know what hit them. But still, only having the option to hit ground does hurt its chances to be a more versatile unit. And in the meantime, it's just Vindicated, building and building, making sure that he's going to be up ahead in the curve. +2 looking to come online here and now for our Red Protoss. In the meantime, JRCP still not building any upgrades whatsoever. He's going to need that +1 very, very soon to try and deal with Vindicated in the first place. Eventual champion of shenanigans really showed everyone that tour de force and how to play the 1-1 push. But anyway, JRCP is a whole different beast. He wants these Banshees here and now to get the damage that needs to be done. And on to the third base he goes for the cloak already. Really raining it out down onto those workers. But in the meantime, here comes the Observer. Zilla's going to be taking point, but not really caring that they can't throw their blades at these Banshees, because that is just going to be them how zealous they can be for their planets. A little bit of a reset here and now. Vindicated is happy to expand, happy to go for a third base, and happy to basically turtle on up as a Protoss. JRCP, not really playing into the long game, he's just going for pokes, he's just trying to get the harassment on. And that will really hurt him into the future, because look at Vindicated, he's going for +2 onto the ground weaponry, he is trying to get a +1 onto the armor as well, and as soon as he's feeling confident, he will have the superior force, because he has the Colossus, he has the Archons, really good splash damage here and now, some mix and medley as well, and infuse zealots, sentries, and stalkers all around, charge lots, gonna be good components to just get in the way. Boom goes the dynamite. Widowmine catches out that hallucination, but doesn't really matter. Vindicated gonna be happy with that information as well. Third base right now here for JRCP. And the quarantine tournament was such a good time, especially the gold to diamond side. It really lasted long for two reasons. One, since people were inexperienced trying to understand how things work in the tournament setting, and two, well, we did have a lot of matches to go through. But if you guys don't be afraid to join, feel free to hop on in. Gonna be a pleasure to be able to cast the Vindicated tournament yet again, and hopefully you guys enjoy your time here in our replays and here onto our upcoming tournaments. Sends it down and be built. And for JRCP, it has really turned into a crawl of a game. He just doesn't want to really commit with what he has. He knows already that he is in a bit of a hole in terms of this composition. And again, SCP is going to get brought on over. Seems like they were going for the repair onto the Banshee, 1 HP, really pulling those two SCVs away from duty. Apparently, that chink onto the painting is enough to make them just stop getting money in the first place. Still though, I like information here from catx, having these golden cannons in position, really fending off the Banshees in the first place. And it seems like it's finally time for the attack. It's time for the Protoss, who has had enough to go at the opposition. Looking to push on, looking to go to the south side of the map. Looking for potential fort, but he already knows that it's not there. Warp Prism though, with another cycle of reinforcements. And it's looking really good here for catx right now. He's gonna be able to get the push on over onto this third base. And Vindicated, looking to respond, but what does he have? Almost nothing, only Stimpak as well. Oh, beautiful! Widowmine there, getting the connection, but he doesn't have combat shield whatsoever. And these Marines are gonna be very, very soft in the face of the Colossus, as well as the Archons. Look at that ball, just obliterate on over. Check out the HP as soon as the Marines clump on up. And here comes the Protoss Sentinel getting on closer and closer. Here comes the Thermal Lances, and everything cooked up to a solid degree. The shields are not there, and without the armor upgrades, it's just gonna be a reckoning courtesy of the Colossi. War of the Worlds indeed, and here on Eternal Empire, this has to be their ground, this has to be their territory. Banshees though backing a punch yet again, Observer there, allowing the Stalkers to just destroy everything, and the army obliterated in its prime. All that basic training, all that boot camp, and all that time in the barracks turning into absolutely nothing was the Colossi, with 11, 16, and 8 kills each. The Archons dying for the cause as well, and GG is called as the drop comes from the Warp Prism. Vindicated, or catx takes this game number 1, and the rest is history from our replays in the Vindicated number 1 tournament. Did I just say Vindicated? I meant Quarantined. Oh my god. But Vindicated, yeah, with that victory. Quarantine number 2, very, very soon for you guys as well when this comes out. And I highly appreciate you guys joining, supporting the scene. And who knows, if your game wasn't casted on stream itself, well, you might be doing it into the future in another replay cast session. That's it for number 6, and it was quite a fun one tonight.